everyone, so today's video is going to be a new tag that I created with my friend ARIELLE CRISTIANA. I'm so excited for this tag because you guys know I love luxury goods. As much as I'm into luxury goods, I'm also very practical, so I know I say that and then people are like, well, you bought $500 flip-flops. I'm kind of going to explain my reasoning with things. So luxury goods are called luxury goods because they're a luxury. They're not a necessity, and I know that I could go to Walmart or even probably the dollar store and get the same exact sort of shoes. But as far as I'm concerned, if my bank account allows me to purchase these things and I'm not putting myself or anyone else into debt or, you know, doing anything crazy for those luxury goods, then what's the big deal? Do they make me happy in the moment? Of course. Do I love getting new things? Of course. But if I didn't have the funds or the ability to purchase those things, it wouldn't make or break me as a person. I know when I did my last haul video and I showed my Givenchy flip-flops, some people really freaked out. I mean, even my best friend Ciara was like, she posted a picture on Twitter of our conversation. She's like, you did not spend $500 on flip-flops. And then she was like, my best friend is a certified crazy person. And yes, I know. Like I completely I even said it in the video that spending that much money on flip-flops is kind of crazy, but at least in my mind, I have no problem spending money on things that I know I'm actually going to use. And for me, it made more sense to buy, you know, expensive flip-flops than to buy a pair of high heels that I'll never wear because I'll actually wear those flip-flops. So that's my reasoning, and honestly, if you're not paying for them and if it's not coming out of your wallet or your bank account, then I don't really get why you care. Anyways, ARIELLE and I created this tag, and I'm personally really excited for it. So if you want to do it, go ahead and do it. I'm not really tagging anyone specifically. So if you want to do this in a video or on your blog, please feel free to do that. I'd love to watch them. I love watching videos about bags. And without further ado, let's get started on the tag. So the first question is, what was your first designer piece? So you guys are gonna laugh. I brought two bags because I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a backstory. So in high school, like my early years of high school, I thought Juicy Couture was the best thing in the world. I was the biggest Juicy Couture fan, especially the bags. Before Louis Vuitton, I was all about Juicy Couture. So this was my first Juicy Couture bag. I thought this was like literally a Chanel flat bag. Like I thought this was hot shit. My dad made a deal with me and he said if I got like on high honors in high school that he would get me this bag. So I got on high honors and he's a man of his word, so he took me, actually I think I went and bought it myself, but like he just gave me cash. But yeah, this was my first little Juicy Couture bag. It's like velour, has like padded leather. I haven't carried this in literally probably not a decade, I'm not that old, but like I haven't carried this in literally forever, but it just like, it reminds me of my youth. I'm still young, but it reminds me of being like a teenager and thinking this was so cool, and I remember feeling like a superstar carrying this bag. So I still have it. It sits in my closet. It's just so funny. Like there's like this juicy pearl here. There's like this little thing. There's these little tri-balls. I always wish I found money in my purses. I never do, but yeah, so this was my first like Juicy Couture piece, and I thought this was like high baller designer. But if we're talking about like actual like luxury designers, my first piece was probably a lot of people's first piece, and it was my Louis Vuitton Monogram Speedy 30. This is one of my favorite bags. This I think I got this in grade 9. I don't know how old I was in grade 9, but I got this again for my end of the year report card. I did really, really well. I really struggled that year, I think, and my parents got me this bag. I love the Speedy. I love how like easy it is to carry. This is so big compared to my like Damier Ebene 25 bag that I've been carrying, but yeah, this was my actual like first piece of like luxury bought at Ogilvy's designer. The next question is, what do you consider your best investment? So you guys know my bags are like Louis Vuitton and I have one Balenciaga because for my lifestyle right now, I don't feel like a Chanel fits in it really. I am looking for a Chanel flat bag though. I'm kind of like really lusting over it. Best investment I think for me has been my Louis Vuitton Speedy 25 Damier Ebene. It's not like the piece that I'll get like the most if I don't think I'd ever sell that bag. For me, it's not an investment because I can resell it and make money. For me, it's an investment the best investment because I use it literally all the time. It's a crossbody, it can be a top handle bag, it's neutral, it goes with everything. I feel like I really get my money's worth with that bag. So probably my Louis Vuitton Speedy B25 in the damier ebene print would probably be my best investment. It's not like my investment where I can resell and make a ton of money, because if I did that, it'd probably be my like multicolor pouch. My Speedy B is definitely my best investment just because I have gained the most from it, and I feel like I get my money's worth with it. The next question is, what is your criteria when looking at a piece to buy? So I am not really a collector. I really like to use my pieces because I personally don't feel like there's a point in just having something to say you have something or to just stick it on a shelf. I don't see the point in that. So when I'm looking at a new bag to buy, first of all, if it's like durable, because I'm not that gentle on my things. If I got a Chanel bag, I would definitely take care of it. It's not like I'd be like throwing it and like dragging it down the street of my car, but I feel like I need something that I can hold a lot, that's practical. I don't really like crossbody. That's why I really like this Speedy B, because I have the option. So something that's durable, something that's neutral, something I can wear all the time. And just something that I can see myself using. I feel like over the years I've really gotten to know what I like, what I don't like. I've sold some bags, I purchased other bags, so I feel like when I'm buying something, I know if I'm going to use it. I'm pretty good at knowing what I will and won't use. I like tote bags, but they're not every day for me, so I'm not going to spend a ton of money on a tote bag. I like top handles more than I like crossbodies, and I like shoulder bags more than I like crossbodies. I'm not a huge small crossbody person. So I think when I'm looking at like criteria for bags to buy, it's just stuff that I know I'm going to use and like. What has been your stupidest / most regrettable purchase? My stupidest purchase was probably the Louis Vuitton Sommer. I got that for Christmas a couple of years ago, and I ended up selling it just because I don't like crossbody bags. It's a beautiful bag. It really is. It's really aesthetically pleasing, but it's just not practical for me. I don't like crossbody bags. They had two different sections. It was just, I actually have a review on that bag, so I will link that down below if you want to see what I'm talking about. But that was probably the stupidest purchase because I knew I wasn't a crossbody sort of person, but I really liked it. I became obsessed with it, so I got it for Christmas one year. And yeah, that's probably my stupidest purchase. I don't regret it because I ended up selling it for a really good price, but I wish I would have got something that I could have used more. So yeah, the Sommer was probably the stupidest purchase. If you have sold any of your luxury goods, have you ever had seller's regret? I have sold my Louis Vuitton Keep All Bandolier 55. I didn't regret that because the 55 was way too big. I'm like 5'3" and I'm not that strong, so the 55 was huge. Carrying that through the airport by myself with my sister in the summer was a nightmare. So the 55, I ended up selling it, and then I bought the Keep All Bandolier 50. Amazing, love that bag, will never be without it. It is the best purchase, so I don't regret that. I sold my Louis Vuitton Sommer. I didn't regret it because I wasn't using it, and I personally don't believe in keeping things that you're not going to use. It's a beautiful bag. I don't regret it because I never used it. And then I also sold my Louis Vuitton Speedy 35 in the damier azur print. It was hard for me to decide whether I wanted to sell it or not because I did get it as a graduation gift. But it was so big. It was like, it's like, it was not even, it didn't look good on me. It was like sagging. It was too big for my frame. So I sold that. Don't regret it because I ended up taking that money and buying my Keep All 55. I ended up selling the Keep All 55. So in the end, I got my Keep All 50. So now I think of that as my graduation present. So I don't regret that. And then any other, I don't really have regrets over anything. I don't rush into things. So I don't have any regrets over selling anything. If I sold like my Speedy, like this Speedy, I would definitely regret that. If I sold, I don't know, if everything I have in my collection now, I don't see myself like ever selling, so I'm pretty happy. Next question is, what is a piece you think everyone needs? So this is a little piece. It's a small leather good, and this is the Louis Vuitton clay. I think it's called the clay. I have this in the monogram. I also have it in this print, which is the damier azur. This is a piece that I think everyone needs, whether you like designer goods or whether you think it's the stupidest thing in the world. It is so practical. It has a good price. I think it's like around 245 Canadian right now. So it's a good entry-level piece, and I have the multicolor clay, I have the monogram clay, and I have the Damier Azur clay. I don't have the Damier Ben clay yet. Maybe I'll buy it one day. I think this is a great piece. You'd be surprised at how much use you get out of this. It fits so much. It fits, I used to use a lot. I have my keys on it. I would keep my cards, money, cash, change. It holds a lot. It actually holds a lot. So I think this is a great piece, and I would highly recommend it. So I think this is a piece that everyone needs because it's not too expensive, it's good quality, and I have never once regretted this purchase. Even though I have like 3 times like pretty much the same thing, I have not regretted buying any of them in different colors. Next question is, what's a piece that you find overhyped? A piece that I personally find overhyped, and I don't want anyone to shoot me, I find the Birkin a little bit overhyped. I feel like some people carry it really well, and MelSoldera is one of those people that carry the Birkin really well. She really pulls it off, but then sometimes I see people with it and it just doesn't look right. I feel like a lot of people have it on this pedestal, and honestly I thought the Birkin was more expensive than it actually was for so long. I don't know, I guess it shows you like how uneducated I am when it comes to like the Birkin. I thought it was like $30,000 because people would always talk about it, about like how expensive it was, and like a $10,000, $11,000 whatever bag is still really expensive for a bag, and it's something I would probably never pay for, but it's not as expensive as I thought. I don't know, I just feel like with some people it just doesn't work, and I feel like it's overhyped. I feel like people buy it for like the status and the image, but then when those people buy it, it almost looks like it's fake because you're like, why, that's so random. So I find the Birkin a little overhyped. Personally, I'd never buy one for myself, and that's something I can guarantee, like I will say, even though I do like the little one, but it's just something, I don't know, it's just like something I don't see myself purchasing for a very long time. But then I can see my sister purchasing a Birkin because she has that sort of like MelSoldera kind of vibe. But for me, I just feel like it's sort of an overhyped piece. And yeah, I personally prefer the Kelly to the Birkin by Hermes. So that's a piece that I kind of find overhyped. I know some people think Louis Vuitton is like disgusting, so I mean, don't get offended if I say something about a bag that you have, because everyone has different opinions, right? And the last question is, what is next on your wish list? And what's next on my wish list is the Chanel flat bag. Like I said, I just started researching, you know, the different sorts of flat bags, different sizes, everything like that, so I'm not too familiar with like the names and everything like that. I do know that I like the caviar leather more than I like the lambskin, because I don't like the shininess of the lambskin. I like the caviar leather, and I like silver hardware. So that is what's on my radar right now, and that's something that I'm looking at purchasing just because it is an investment piece. I was talking to a girl I know, and she's like, I love my Chanel bag. I use it probably more than my Louis Vuitton bag, even if I'm just casual. So I feel like it could work for me. That's definitely next on my wish list. I don't really have like any Louis Vuitton pieces I really want to get. Definitely I'm looking at a Chanel like jumbo flat bag. I don't know, like I said, I'm really not well versed in Chanel as of right now because I just started looking. That is what's next on my wish list, and who knows, maybe it'll happen sooner than later. We'll see. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tag video. Thank you, Arielle, for doing this tag video with me. I had a lot of fun doing it, and I tag everyone. If you guys want to do it, please do, or leave your comments down below and let me know what bag is next on your wish list. So I'm gonna go. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.